Kevin, you did not just tell me she's marrying a man named Dylan?
Yeah.
Kevin, no. Oh my God, Kevin. Why would I ever want to fuck a man named Dylan, let alone marry one?
Dylan Sprouse?
No, Kevin, show me an adult man named Dylan.
Dylan Sprouse is an adult man.
That's Dylan. I'm talking Dillon. Hello, I'm Shelley Duvall.
Hello, and I am Robert Duvall.
Okay, that actually works. Hi, welcome to Fruity Cereal, episode 2.
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, it is.
Exciting to be back. Welcome back, everybody.
We are back.
We had a really exciting week with getting the podcast on its feet. We reached a lot of people on social media.
I mean, on Facebook.
On Facebook, you can follow us on TikTok as well as our Instagram.
Yes, we have a TikTok.
If you would like to follow us on any of those. Anyway, Kevin, how has your week been?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Did you see any fun new movies this week?
Well, not new movies. I saw the Batman again. Or as I like to call the movie, Megan the Batman, so to differentiate it from all the other Batman movies.
I stole that joke from you and said it before you, so now it sounds like you're copying me. I'm an evil genius.
Damn.
Haha. Can I do my mug of the day again?
Oh, sure.
Today?
Okay.
This is like an unofficial segment. I've just got so many mugs. I'm trying to get my tax write-off. We got my gorgeous Cinderella mug. I've had this thing
Cinderella,
for the live action one because you can't get merchandise for this anymore.
Oh, why not?
They don't do merchandise for any of the live action Disney movies. Like when they first come out, there's like a massive drop in stuff because they're trying to get that money. But then the reviews come out and they're like, maybe we should pull back. But this is the only Disney movie, the live action remake that I can justify existing. Let me get that out of there. I really don't care.
I like Christopher Robin.
Here's the thing. I saw that movie halfway through and I got just so depressed, halfway through the movie, I just turned the movie off. I was like, I can't be alone with my thoughts right now.
It is a little depressing, but it has a happy ending.
I wouldn't know. I have heard good things though.
Yeah.
Especially with the voice cast of Pooh and Friends, that's an essential part.
Yeah. Well, not all of them are played by their original voice actors. Some of them are played by celebrities. Eeyore is played by what's his name? The guy from Everyone Loves Raymond, who's not Raymond, his brother.
Oh my God! Oh, Robert. His name is Robert of the show. His real
yeah. Pod Daddy's probably going to tell us right now. Probably going to tell us soon.
It caught on. You're calling him Pod Daddy?
I might as well.
Because I'm not going to stop.
Yeah, I know. You said you weren't going to stop.
The minute he posts it, I'm going to kick myself. I see his face. I hear his voice. He was hook, hand, entangled. Brad Garrett. Thank you,
Yes,
Pod
that was
Daddy.
it. Brad Garrett. Yes.
Oh, he voiced
and he
Eeyore? That's kind of a perfect casting.
He was Bloat in Finding Nemo, too.
Yes. He has a long history with Disney.
And I believe Peter Capaldi plays Rabbit in that movie.
Peter Capaldi. Okay, I can see it. Who played Tigger?
That was Jim Cummings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pooh and Tigger, they're the only ones who are played by their original voice actors.
All right. In general, are you a fan of the live action Disney remakes?
No, but I am really looking forward to the Hercules movie, though.
Is that official? Has that been greenlit?
Yeah, it's official. It's going to be directed by what's his name? Manly director. What's his name?
Manly director?
Yeah, Guy Ritchie. That was it. Guy Ritchie.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. I mean, I'll probably see it. I've seen all the other live action remakes. Oh God. But I will say this one was definitely my favorite.
Okay.
Anyway, Kevin, I believe you had some news to share with us.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to start my segment, which is called Sounds Gay, I'm in. Bloop.
Don't try to
That's
theme
not the
song
official
it.
jingle of it. It's not.
There is no official jingle. It will
There
never
is
have
no.
an official
That's
jingle.
true. That is very true. There is no official jingle. Anyway, so first things first. Michaela Cole will play a queer character in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, the sequel to the 2018 film Black Panther.
Okay.
She will
Do
be
we know?
playing. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I should let you finish. Sorry.
Okay. She will be playing Anika, a Dora Milaje. And for those of you who don't know, the Dora Milaje are this special unit of female warriors who serve as the bodyguards of the Black Panther. And so she's a Dora Milaje named Anika. And in the comics, she is the love interest of fellow Dora Milaje, Ayo, who in the MCU is played by Florence Kasumba. I believe that's how you pronounce her name. Kasumba? Kasumba? Might be.
Sounds right to me.
Yeah.
But that's pretty cool. Like, is she okay? I'm assuming she's going to be like a contributing character. She's not just going to be like a back. She's not going to be like the lesbian in Onward, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming that she will be because like Michaela Cole is a pretty high profile actor to cast in a role like that. So
right,
like I'm assuming that she is going to see. And here's the thing: a lot of people were thinking that she was actually going to be playing Storm in this movie because a lot of people are fan casting her as Storm.
That's why. Okay, I know like the door to the X-Men universe has been opened with Multiverse of Madness.
Well, also because Disney has the rights now, and they are working their way to getting the X-Men in the MCU.
Okay, so it's plausible now. It's entirely
and and I don't know if you know this, but in the comics, Storm and Black Panther were married at one point.
I didn't know that. That is actually okay.
Yeah, so that's why people thought that she would be playing Storm in this movie, but she's not. Although some people are holding out hope that she's secretly Storm, but like I kind of doubt that.
Like in the middle of the story, she's just like, you know what? I have something to share with y'all. I can create weather.
I mean, but here's the thing: it's not too insane because the MCU is known for like combining characters into one. So, but in my personal opinion, I highly doubt that's going to be the case.
All right, but that's exciting.
Yeah. So, second piece of news, Jane Lynch thinks women shouldn't podcast due to their high-pitched voices.
I heard this and I was so mad. Oh my God. Kevin, please give us some more context.
Which is funny because we were just talking about her last week.
Oh, yeah. We're going to do a lot of throwbacks to last week in this episode. I have other stuff coming. But Kevin, please give us some more context. This is infuriating.
So basically she tweeted, like, I'm a woman. I love women. But I just think it's annoying when women podcast. I think they should deepen their voices. So basically, she thinks that women, if they're going to podcast, they should Elizabeth Holmes themselves.
Oh my God, Kevin. That is okay. Did this stem from something, or was this just her like
I don't
in her
know.
dressing room
that
just
she
being
just
like
tweeted this out of the blue?
That is so bizarre. Like I'm trying to think if there was like a triggering thing that like
I don't know. Maybe she just listened to a podcast with a woman in it. It's like, damn, that bitch's voice is annoying.
Oh my God, that is so off the cuff. Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, a lot of dumb things celebrities say are off the cuff.
No, but I like Jane Lynch. She was.
I know. Me too.
Here's the thing. I'm not canceling her outright. I am like very disappointed, but like,
I mean, it's just kind of a weird thing. It's just a weird take, in my opinion. I mean, it is technically offensive, but like, I'm more weirded out. I'm more like, what?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I would love to sit down and have like an actual conversation on like, why do you believe this? What triggered it? Like,
I don't know. Maybe she's just sensitive to high voices. I don't know. Maybe she just feels like, maybe it's because she's worked so long with Lea Michele. I don't know.
I mean, here's the thing. If that's the case, I don't think being a lesbian's her like true calling then. Like,
yeah.
Gay card revoked.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
Continue,
so this is actually a piece of news that you shared with me. Baseball's Maybelle Blair comes out at 95 years old.
That I actually was like genuinely like moved by because it's rare you see somebody choosing to come out at like late in life, let alone 95.
I know, but I guess it goes to show it's never too late.
It's never too late. I'm very excited to see that. But yeah, I don't know baseball. I don't think either of us know baseball, but I was like, hey, it's news.
But like, hey, you know what? Good for her.
Oh, absolutely. We stand. Welcome to the party.
Yeah. So, next things next. Nikki Tutorials becomes the first trans woman to grace the cover of wedding planning magazine, The Knot.
Really? That's
Yep.
amazing. Way to go, sweetie. Okay. Any particular like reason why she's on there, or like
I think she's she
is
was
she
like
getting
saying
married?
I don't think she is getting married herself. But she is oh wait. Oh, she is getting married. Okay, never mind. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
I thought it was gonna be about like how to craft your perfect makeup look or something, but no, congratulations,
Nope,
Nikki.
she's getting married to her fiance Dylan. I don't know what Dylan's last name is, but
Kevin. You did not just tell me she's marrying a man named Dylan?
yeah.
Kevin! No. Oh my god. Kevin! Why would I ever want to fuck a man named Dylan, let alone marry one?
Dylan Sprouse?
No, Kevin, show me an adult man named Dylan.
Dylan Sprouse is an adult man.
That's Dylan. I'm talking Dillon. You can't
Dylan?
show me Dylan. Kevin,
Okay.
you can't show me an adult
We're
man
done.
named Dylan.
We're done. No, we're done. We're done.
No.
Well, okay, fine. Then Nikki's fiance's name is Dylan too, I guess.
Sure, fine. Here's the thing. It's one of those names that doesn't age well. It's like Chase or Tyler. Like you left those names back in middle school. Like, you know, it's
Damn, middle school.
yeah. I can't find an adult Chase. They're all in jail for DUIs by the time they're 19.
I mean, I don't know. Probably could find a Chase somewhere, but I mean, I'm not gonna spend too much time. Oh, Pod Daddy says Dylan Drossairs. I'm not sure how you. I don't know who that is. Do you know who that is, Connor?
Just hearing you butcher his last name, that reminds me of all the gay guys trying to spell Renaissance into Spotify this past Friday.
Okay, well, speaking of Renaissance,
Continue, please.
My next piece of news is T.S. Madison's iconic "Bitch I'm Black" monologue from her YouTube channel was sampled in Beyonce's track "Cozy" as a part of the first act of Beyonce's newest album, Renaissance.
Okay.
And apparently Beyonce's got a bunch of, like, love to the gays. Apparently one person described it as her doing a bunch of lines of coke at Club 45, texting Billy Porter, calling him the F slur, and then just putting her clit directly on the mic.
Kevin! You can't say that! What the hell?
Not my words. That's some Twitter user that said that.
Oh my
I don't remember
God.
which one, but I don't remember who, but I saw that on Twitter.
Kevin, I'm disappointed in you. That was a visceral image, and I won't forgive you for that.
Well, think about all the gay men who are going to be like climbing on the P.F. Chang's horse to try to reenact her album cover.
Oh no, you're right. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Remember when Wrecking Ball was a thing, when people kept on getting naked on like giant ball sculptures? And,
I was just about to
bring
bring that up. There was one guy who actually got injured because he like broke into like a construction zone and tried to on a legit wrecking ball, and he fell and he broke his like leg or something. I can't remember.
Yeah, sounds about right.
We can't.
Anyway, so last piece of news is that Jinx Monsoon wins RuPaul's Drag Race All-Star 7. It is crowned Queen of Queens.
It's monsoon season, bitch.
Yeah, Monsoon. Yeah, she's been killing it this whole season.
Yeah, I've been seeing, like, I don't follow RuPaul's Drag Race, but I've just been seeing all of like the Jinx like love and like fanfare, and I was like, okay, we stand.
Like, she's been killing it this season, so like it's really not surprising to me that she won.
Oh my gosh! Congratulations.
Yep, congratulations to Jinx Monsoon.
I just want to make sure I got my queens correct. Is Jinx Monsoon the one that wrote the song "Cartoons and Vodka"? I don't know, because that was a video I absolutely loved. It was, I believe it was Jinx Monsoon, but it's a song called "Cartoons and Vodka," and the entire music video is done in different styles of animation, reminiscent of like famous cartoons, like Doug, Powerpuff Girls.
That might be her.
It might be. That's an amazing video.
Yeah, and also Raja won the title of Queen. She already done had hers, taking home $50,000.
Okay. That's a cute title. I like that one.
Oh yeah, and Jinx won $200,000. So,
ooh,
yeah, okay. That was But this is like the Queen of Queens season. This is like the All Star season, like all winners season. That's what it is.
Okay.
So like she won one.
That's Okay, way to go.
Yeah, so basically she won twice. Yeah. Okay, anyway, so I wanted to talk about something that you confronted me about over the previous week. It's about Beanie Feldstein.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so you texted me, like, why didn't you tell me that Beanie Feldstein was the sister of Jonah Hill? Now, here's the thing. First of all, I thought perhaps maybe you already knew that because, you were talking about how, like, she has, her parents were producing the show, how she has all these connections due to her family. So I kind of thought that maybe you already knew that. So I didn't want to speak up and, mansplain about the whole thing. Over. Sorry. I don't know. I should have just typed that in. Oops. Sorry, it was a banner. Sure. Whatever. Anyway. So, sorry. Going back to that. So yeah, I thought maybe you already knew that she was the sister of Jonah Hill, that Jonah Hill was her brother. And another reason why I didn't want to bring it up is because we were defending her, and I didn't want to make it look like, oh, like it's just, I didn't want to add to the nepotism narrative.
I totally get that.
So, like, I didn't want to be like, oh, and she's also sister of Jonah Hill. Like, I didn't want to also bring that up.
But here's the thing, just playing devil's advocate for like 2 minutes. Is Jonah Hill really that well connected in the Broadway community that he's like, hey, y'all better give my sister a part? Otherwise,
I don't know if he's well connected in the Broadway community. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
But, like, I mean, just the fact that he's, as big of a celebrity as he is, like...
That always blows my mind, though, when I discover, like, weird connections between celebrities. I think, oh my God, who was that? I think it was Alanis Morissette. I found out she has a twin brother. That blew my mind.
Yeah, I found out about this from, like, one of those BuzzFeed articles of, like, you didn't know these celebrities were related. And I hate articles that have titles like that because it's like, how do you know what I know? Okay.
Yes.
Like, I much prefer when articles say you probably didn't know, because then it's like, okay, well, that's not definite. I mean, maybe I know, maybe I don't. It's like, just say probably, add probably to the title of your article. Don't say I definitely didn't know this, because, like, you don't know what I know unless
Kevin,
this is brand new information.
You're taking umbrage with the fact that the internet doesn't know what your knowledge entails?
No, I'm taking umbrage with the fact that BuzzFeed is assuming that I didn't know something about some celebrity.
You sound just like my father, and that's not a compliment. This is very much like, oh my God. Okay.
No, it's like, if you want to tell me something, but don't try to patronize me by being like, you didn't know this, did you? And I'm like, I might have, bitch.
Okay, anyway, moving on. Yeah, no, the concept of not only Beanie Feldstein, for some reason I thought she was an only child. She's got, I think, like 3 siblings, and one of them is Jonah freaking Hill.
Mm-hmm.
I just was like, I don't know. And now that I look at them side by side, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Like, maybe they do look kind of similar.
Oh, wait a minute. Yep.
That's the worst part, is like, because I have that thing where I'm not good with faces and I'm seeing the similarities. I'm like, oh man, I should have known this. It should have been more like apparent. But again, the thing with like the last name thing not being the same, it was like, why would I ever think these two are related?
Yeah, exactly. Like it took me the longest time to know that that Carrie Fisher was the daughter of Debbie Ryan. I mean, that's not Debbie Ryan, Debbie Reynolds. Shit, I meant to say Debbie Reynolds. No, not Debbie Ryan. No. Not her.
Debbie goddamn Ryan. Oh my God. Thank you, Kevin. Oh my God. That's going up on TikTok. Okay. No. Yes, I totally get that. I had the same exact thing. I knew that Carrie Fisher was Debbie Reynolds' daughter, but then I found out her father was Eddie Fisher. He's like a famous crooner from like the 40s. And I was just like, holy shit. She had like celebrities surrounding her from day one.
Wait, what's a crooner?
He's like a singer. He's like Frank Sinatra, Bing Crosby, that sort of thing. He had a very famous song called Oh My Papa, if you've maybe never heard that. I hang out with a lot of old people, so I listen to like nursing home radio 24/7. So
okay.
But yeah, Carrie Fisher is not Debbie Ryan's daughter.
No, because that's
That one
Unless
is
Debbie
good.
Ryan is a time traveler, which
What do you think about this one? Actually, it's old news, but I love doing stuff like this. Have you seen people were saying that Daniel Radcliffe is a time traveler, and they're finding photos from like the 1800s that look like Daniel Radcliffe because he's got
does it look like Daniel Radcliffe, or is it just a short white man with a beard
in glasses. No, it's
well,
like
he doesn't wear glasses in real life.
I know, but that's like all the photos that people are taking, and they're like, look, because you know, but it's like he's got a very common face. You know, he's like one of those people that you see almost everywhere. You get told you look like Daniel Radcliffe pretty often. I have a very charming photo of you in Harry Potter makeup from like 10
Harry Potter makeup.
You had the fucking scar on your forehead, so I'll probably post that to social media later.
Sure.
I gotta dig that one up. But yeah, no, that's like I love time traveler conspiracy theories because they're always bad shit. They're always
like
Keanu
Reeves. Who's
Reeves,
another one?
Paul Rudd. Oh my god.
Pharrell Williams.
Pharrell Williams is part of that too?
Yeah.
Oh my god. What? Oh, I gotta look that up. But I love the time. Like, have you ever seen? There's like a very famous photo of like a man in a crowd in like the 1920s, and it looks like he's holding like a modern day cell phone.
No, I haven't seen that, but I have seen one. I have seen some footage of like a woman holding a cell phone in like a Charlie Chaplin movie.
Yes, and I think it's like supposed to be one of those like hearing cone things, like for like people who are hard of hearing back then. But like people cite this as legitimate evidence of time travel. And it just blows my mind. I love it because it's complete bullshit.
But it's fun.
It's 100% fun. I always enjoy seeing stuff like that. On the flip side of that, the one that I think is like fun, but I kind of believe it, is anything to do with aliens.
Well, I mean, here's the thing about aliens. They have to be real.
It is very self-centered to believe that we are the only life in the universe, right?
I know. Like, we just saw that image from NASA about like how big the universe is. And it's like, you really think that out of all of those weren't even planets. Those were like galaxies.
Galaxies, yes!
You think out of all of those, we're the only rock on here that has people on it? Has anything? Has
100%.
any living, breathing things on it?
So when people
Jean
are
jackets
like,
out there.
What did jean jackets?
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. You haven't seen Nope. Never mind.
Okay, sure. No, I have not seen it. Okay. But no, that's why I love reading alien conspiracy theories or like seeing evidence. That was actually something I wanted to bring up on the podcast, but I didn't have like a segue into it. Kevin, do you have a favorite cryptid?
I know this is kind of a cliche, but Mothman.
Mothman. Oh, just for a little bit of context, anybody that doesn't know, a cryptid is like a creature that's like existence is like neither proven nor disproven, so it's like become like a modern myth. And Mothman is a very popular one.
Like, I know, and I hate to sound like a basic bitch, but I gotta go with Mothman.
Fun. Mothman is so much fun. I would love to, I forget what I think it's like Pennsylvania or Virginia has like a Mothman festival every year. I would love to go to that.
Yeah.
Oh my god! But like at the same time, like if Mothman is real, you really think he's gonna stay around that one fucking town in Virginia? And
probably like, no, not.
I'm gonna fly to like I don't know Boise, Idaho, or something. Like I'm bored here.
Yeah.
I keep seeing videos of people like going up to that Mothman statue in that town just to like smack his ass.
He does have a nice ass.
It's like those statues in Italy of like in like Verona, Italy. They have a famous statue of Juliet from Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. Her breasts on the statue are so like worn down to like shiny points because people keep fucking fondling her. It's gross, but like that's what's going to happen.
Juliet like 13?
Yeah, that's why it's extra gross.
Ew.
It's like you also say, okay, a less gross example like Buddha statues. Like people like it's common like knowledge, I guess, but it's a common belief that if you rub his belly, it's good luck. They'll always be shiny if you see them like, and they've been out for a while. But that's what's going to happen to the Mothman statues. Like his ass is going to be like wiped clean. Ew. Sorry, that was a gross visual. Anyway, how did we get talking about cryptids? I was asking you your favorite. Why is Mothman your favorite?
I don't know. Well, actually, it's because because when I was a little kid, I don't remember why, but I was staying at my grandparents' house and I was watching some Animal Planet special about him.
He was on Animal Planet?
Yeah, they had like some Animal Planet special about like cryptids, and they had a segment about Mothman or an episode. I don't remember what it was. Exactly. It's not Lost Tapes, okay? I just want to clarify, it's not Lost Tapes. This was before Lost Tapes.
Okay, I believe you. Don't hurt me.
Sorry, just in case any of the listeners are thinking I'm talking about Lost Tapes, I'm not talking about Lost Tapes. I love Lost Tapes. That was a great show, but that's not what I'm talking about. I don't remember what the show was called, but it was about Mothman, and it scared the fuck out of me. Even though, looking back, it was so ridiculously cheesy. It was just a man in like a really cheap Halloween costume, like jumping on a car in front of some people, and it's like, it was just the silliest, goofiest thing, but it scared the hell out of me. Just the idea of this giant man moth with like glowing red eyes going like, eh, it just scared the hell out of me. I was like, ah!
I'm in the same exact boat, but my favorite, like, I will stand forever, the Flatwoods Monster. Do you know of this one?
Yes, I know about the Flatwoods Monster, but
for
our listeners who might not know what it is, why don't you explain it?
Okay, so the Flatwoods Monster is literally like an alien like story, I guess. This group of, I believe it was 2 children and their mother went for a walk in the woods where they saw this like giant like asteroid like crash into the woods. They keep going, they find the crash site, and there's this like red glowing stone in the ground, right? Like so bright that it's like supposedly like burning their eyebrows off. And again, after they pass that, they see what appears to be this giant, like a 7-foot tall figure with a head shaped like a spade, like an ace of spades, in like a long metal dress with like spindly arms, and it was like floating above the ground, and they just booked it. And of course, they went to the police. The police came back. They searched the place, yada yada, and of course, there's nothing to be found. But like, there's like multiple eyewitness accounts for it, so that's why I'm obsessed with it. And I'm just like, I love, like, especially when you see it like portrayed in media. It's like It's like a relatively like popular design, like to have that like spade shaped head for like a lot of aliens, like in video games and stuff.
Yep.
I love her.
I love how their wrists are always depicted as being.
It's always this. It's always this.
It's like me and the girls out for a little walk.
100%. Extraterrestrials are inherently very gay friendly because they've never tried to vote against our rights.
That's true.
Remember that when you're in the polls.
Yeah.
Kang and Kodos for president. Oh my god.
Kang Kodos for president, yeah. Don't look at me. I voted for Kodos.
I love The Simpsons are like still so relevant. Like they've been on the air for 100 freaking years and they're still relevant enough that people get the reference.
Well, the old episodes are relevant, Connor.
The new stuff. Have you watched like new episodes of The Simpsons?
I think like the latest episode I've seen was from like, I do still keep up with the Treehouse of Horrors every year.
That is like a tradition at this point because they always parody like famous movies and stuff, so it's like fun to like see their interpretation of those.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, how did we get here?
I don't know, talking about cryptids, Mothman, you know, all that jazz.
And how did we get there?
So I don't know. Good question. So Connor, what is your hyperfixation of the week?
I was going to introduce that myself because it is my segment, but we may as well get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to my hyperfixation of the week. Kevin, I want to share with you something I recently stumbled upon. I found this when I was cleaning out the set behind me. Like I had to get rid of like so much junk and whatever. And I found this little guy. This guy was sitting in my little bin. Kevin, this thing is older than you. I got this when I was like a newborn. So like 1992. So it is at least 30 years old.
Okay. So yes, it is indeed older than I am.
And you can see my mother actually like stitched his behind because I was like probably, I don't know, eating it or something. I don't fucking know. But I was looking through this and I remembered the other day, oh my God, there was something I had to talk to you about. Kevin, do you follow in any like circles, whatever, the concept of lost media?
Yeah.
Okay. So, lost media is typically like an episode of a TV show, a movie, some form of like art form that has been lost to time. It was real at one point, people witnessed it, and then there was no record made of it, and it just disappeared into the ether, right?
Yeah.
I have been thinking about this for the past week because I love it so much. Okay. So for a little bit of context, this is Ernie from Sesame Street, very famous IP. Everybody knows Big Bird, Elmo, all that jazz. Well, the show's been running for over 50 years, right? So I want to take you back to 1976, okay? The Sesame Street's program's been running for a decent amount of time at this point, right? It's very popular. Kids all love it. And they're no stranger to having guests on the show. Like they have like big names. Like you can see videos of like Robin Williams, John Legend was on recently. So 1976, they say, let's have a celebrity come and visit Sesame Street. Why don't we invite iconic actress Margaret Hamilton? Kevin, do you know who Margaret Hamilton is?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
She is the actress who portrayed the Wicked Witch of the West in The Wizard of Oz.
Yes, Kevin, just for a little bit of context, I'd like to show you a photo of Miss Margaret Hamilton on Sesame Street.
Oh,
this
she
face
looks
is
so
one that
sad.
everybody has seen. She looks very sad, right? She's sitting here on Sesame Street playing her character of the Wicked Witch. The plot of the episode follows the Wicked Witch of the West has flown over Sesame Street and lost her broom out from underneath her. She needs to plop down to Sesame Street to get it back. However, David, who works at Mr. Hooper's store, has found the broom, and he doesn't like the way the witch is talking to him. So he says, I'm not going to give you this broom back until you treat me with a little respect and say please and thank you. She refuses because she's, well, wicked. It's in her name. And she can't leave until she learns how to say please and thank you, which is the lesson of the day, which is always like every episode has to have a lesson, right?
Mm-hmm.
This episode, because of Margaret Hamilton's performance, was so terrifying to the children of 1976. Kevin, let me tell you, it is hilarious to me. I have photo evidence of how these kids and parents responded to this episode. Margaret Hamilton knocked it out of the park, I believe.
Now, hang on. Just a quick question. So this was 1976?
Correct.
Now, didn't The Wizard of Oz come out in 1936?
Correct.
So this is 40 years after The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, but it's like, I think you'll agree, The Wizard of Oz is like a staple of pop culture, right?
Yeah, but how old was Margaret Hamilton at the time?
You know what? Very good point. Why don't I Google that really quickly? Because I know she passed away in 1985, but I don't know how old she was. Margaret Hamilton. All right, so she was born in 1902. So she was 75 or 74 at the time.
Okay.
So she's up there, but she could still play with the best of them. You know, she was
all right.
And with the Wicked Witch makeup, you can kind of like fudge it, and like all you really need is the green and the voice, and you got the Wicked Witch.
Okay.
But the kids who were watching the show were like so horrified at this witch, like on Sesame Street. They told their parents, "Mom, I'm so scared. Can you write a letter to Sesame Street and tell them not to invite her to come back?"
I'm sorry, Connor, but I don't believe that. I do not believe a child told their parents to write a letter. I think that's something the parents made up.
Do you not believe that, Kevin?
I don't believe that.
I have sources. I would like to show you my next slide. Kevin, What we have here is a letter written by a concerned parent stating that they're very upset with yada yada. My kid is so terrified. I would actually like to read this. Dear Sesame Street, my 3-year-old son saw your show with the Wicked Witch of the West and was fairly bothered by it and isn't frightened of things on your show. I think the witch was a bit too heavy for preschoolers. I mean, okay, anyway. How can I explain that she's not real when she talked with David and Maria, who are real? All your other people are good. Please have her on again and let her be won over by pleasantries like this by the Sesame Street troupe. Kevin, these parents were so concerned. They're
but wasn't she though? Didn't she learn her lesson at the end?
She learned her lesson at the end. She got her broom back. That was her end game, right? Like she's just like, I've got my broom back. I said please and thank you. I'm going home. I didn't really learn anything. I got what I wanted and I'm leaving. Oh. I'm the Wicked Witch of the West, right?
But like in a way, she kind of did get defeated though, because like she.
Yeah, 100%. But she's still cackling. She's still like, I plan to be the Wicked Witch of the West. That's my entire MO. Like she's not exactly sweet, although there is like, she actually disguises herself as like a generic old lady character. And like she walks into the shop just being like, oh, I'm sweet little Margaret. I'm like, oh my gosh, you have a witch in the store? Like, oh, that's terrible. Like, can I hold that broom for a minute? Anyway, this show was like so horrifying to these kids. But I would actually like to move on to what I believe is my next slide. This is a letter written by a young girl. Actually, okay, very clearly, the letter is written by this little girl, Hillary. Her mother clearly wrote it because no kid has handwriting that good, as is evidenced by her signature down at the bottom.
Yeah, like
Dear Channel 13, I do not like that witch to be on Sesame Street. Please don't have it there anymore. I am scared of it. Love, Hillary. Like, the mom clearly ghost wrote for her. But that's what I mean. These kids were like, Mom, can you like tell them like I don't want her there?
I don't think that's enough evidence to prove that. I think that the parents just like threw their kid to say like, oh no, my child asked me to write this. It's like, no, they didn't. You just didn't want to deal with your kid throwing a hissy fit.
Kevin.
That's probably what happens. That's what parents do. They blame their kids for for shit. And they're like, oh no, my kid told me to do this. And it's like, no, it didn't. It's like, I don't know. Parents tend to
I'm going to keep going, Kevin. I'd like to move on to the next letter because there are trillions of these. Let's talk. Next one we have by a lovely Mrs. Redacted. Her name has been removed from the letter because she probably realized I sound crazy. We've been very pleased with the Sesame Street program since our 2.5-year-old started viewing it a year ago. However, on Tuesday, February 10th, and again on Sunday, February 29th, at 11, there was a scene that severely frightened our daughter. This scene included a very frightening witch looking for her broom, I believe. Our daughter is now afraid to view Sesame Street for fear that the witch will return. I know of 2 other families experiencing similar, however, not as serious problems. May I suggest a second look at the scene before showing it again? It will be greatly appreciated. Sincerely, Mrs. Redacted. This woman I actually kind of respect because she's not like, I hate you for putting this on the air. It's like, maybe you could look at it again and then like tweak it a little bit. So I don't think she's that bad, but just the outpouring of outrage from these parents is like what in modern like media has prompted such like a violent response,
Well, I know
maybe like the Lil Nas X shoes thing with like Satan's blood in them or whatever.
But that's not for kids though. I mean, I guess people think that people were thinking that like Lil Nas X was like the Wiggles because he likes to dress up like a pink cowboy.
Yeah, people don't really get nowadays that like all media isn't suited for kids. But this was like, the kids expect like,
But yeah, this was
Elmo,
Sesame Street.
So it does. I get where they're coming from, but I'm gonna make fun of them.
Okay. So when I worked at a certain movie theater, that we're not gonna name.
Please move faster.
Okay, so I worked there around the time that the film A House with a Clock in Its Walls was showing in theaters. This is a movie starring Jack Black and Cate Blanchett. It's about this, this magical house, and they're a witch and a warlock, and they teach Jack Black's nephew about how to do magic, and there's all this fun stuff. But it's also a very scary movie. Like there's a lot of frightening images in the movie for a PG. And when I was working there, I got some complaints from parents about like this movie is too scary, even though I'm like, well, it's a PG. But of course, nowadays, PG really means practically G.
I mean, fair enough. But Kevin, just before I like lose my train of thought, I'd like to show you my next letter. This one, okay. I found this one downright hilarious because it comes from what I would refer to as like a Margaret White type person. Like the mom from Carrie.
Okay.
Peter, my 2-year-old son, has...
Yeah, in case you don't know, Connor really likes Carrie.
We talked about that on the last episode. We'll keep moving forward. It's whatever. My 2-year-old son is a great fan of Sesame Street, often sees it twice in one day. I find it very interesting and educational, and often leave my housework to join him in watching your program. Yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. I appreciate all the good things you have contributed to Peter's childhood, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. I am very much against your use of the witch who visited Sesame Street in the program shown on Tuesday, February 10th, Public Television Channel 9, Seattle, Washington. We needed all that detail. Many people feel that witches are merely a harmless childhood fantasy, or they speak of witches as a symbol of evil struggling against good. In reality, witches are neither products of fantasy nor symbols, but real, all underlined, powerful, destructive followers of Satan who put themselves and others under terrible bondages. She then goes to quote several Bible passages, Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy. Oh my God. If we pretend that witchcraft is merely clever and cute, the television program Bewitched, or that it is something which we can rationalize as simple fantasy, The Witch on Sesame Street, then we are not teaching our children the real dangers of wandering into Satan's territory. Sesame Street prompted this response. Like, I am... Kevin, this... Anyway.
Yep.
Like, not even talking about, like, the letters and all that. The kids were terrified of this, when in actuality, I think they should be terrified of the next slide I'm going to show you. This
Okay.
is the most terrifying image of the entire episode. Just
Okay. Oh!
Big Bird's got a freaking baseball bat ready to kneecap the Wicked Witch if she comes into Hooper's store.
Wait, is that actually what he has the bat for? Is that the context of why he's holding a bat?
He's literally saying, David, you don't have to worry. No witch is going to come in here with Big Bird watching out for you. And then Margaret Hamilton wanders on as her human persona, pretending to be like a nice old lady. And Big Bird's like, there's a nice lady coming in as a customer. And I find it so funny. And then he says, where's that witch? I'm going to fix her. Like, anybody that's terrified of Big Bird
was so violent.
Anybody that has a fear of Big Bird, I now understand where you're coming from. Like, I could have made fun of you for years on that one, but this is, it fits the bill. But okay.
But Big Bird really doesn't need a bat, does he? Like, he's got that giant beak. Can't he just like
Kevin, don't mention the beak. Please don't mention the beak. Oh my god.
Why can't I mention the beak?
It's a trigger warning. Anyway, we can get rid of that. I don't want to look at him anymore. I don't want to.
He also has those giant feet too. Like,
God,
like he
Kevin,
could probably disembowel someone with those.
If you want to talk about his feet, we can talk about it on OnlyFans. Okay.
No, I'm just saying. Like, have you ever, what a cassowary is, right?
No.
Okay, well, it's a giant bird. It's like, it's kind of it's related to an ostrich or an emu. It's part of that family.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're the ones that can like rip a man's chest out with one kick.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm assuming Big Bird could probably do the same thing.
Kevin, getting back to my segment.
Okay.
The whole thing that had me thinking about this week is that this episode did succeed. The parents succeeded in getting the episode pulled from the air. It did not go back on the air ever again. It wasn't available on home media release. It wasn't available on the internet. It was just gone. Now, imagine you're Margaret Hamilton. You show up for a day's worth of work. You put on the makeup. You put on the hat. You act your little heart out under those hot pot lights. And then you get told a week later, hey, we're not going to put it on the air anymore because too many kids got scared. All that work you just did can never be viewed again. And sadly, Margaret Hamilton passed away in 1985, so she wouldn't live to see people get to re-experience this episode. But in response to this episode getting banned, in response to all the letters, another famous childhood television icon, Mr. Rogers, actually invited Margaret Hamilton to show up on his show and talk as herself about, hi, I'm an actress. I portrayed this character. I played dress up. I'm a nice person. I'm just playing a part. That was like the actual like official response of like public broadcasting to like all of these letters, which I thought was a very sweet thing for him to do. Everybody loves Mr. Rogers, right?
Yep.
However, getting back to the whole lost media controversy, right? 40 years go by, right? People are like foaming at the mouth. There's like little teaser episodes. There's a news article saying about this episode getting pulled, yada, yada. Nobody can ask it. People have contacted the Henson department, the Sesame Street network, all that sort of stuff. And they say, we don't have access to the episode. We are not going to release it. Some downright saying the episode doesn't exist. So this has led to like a frenzy of people, like there's online forums, Reddit, all that sort of stuff of people trying to locate this episode and get it viewed, right? 2022 rolls around, June 18th to be specific, and somebody finds and uploads the entire episode to the internet. What some people would consider to be like the holy grail of lost media is now just available for free viewing, right? Like this is like, I mean, there was another thing with like the Henson thing, like
happy ending.
Absolutely. I could not tell you how happy I was the day that this video got released. I was like, I stopped what I was doing. I was in the middle of my shift at work. I said, hey guys, I have to go take my lunch break. Goodbye. And then I went into the break room and I watched it. It was so, oh my God, that was a happy day. But this is what's like floating around in my brain is like a piece of media gone, just no trace of it for 40 years now is fully available in glorious Technicolor. Like, I love seeing stuff like this happen. Like,
yeah, I mean, it is a pretty magical thing when that happens. I mean, I felt the same way when the Star Wars holiday special got released on YouTube, or
oh my God,
or that what was that? That movie, that Nickelodeon movie, Crybaby Lane.
Oh, that's right. Yes, that was another piece of lost media. That was like so terrifying. It didn't get viewed for like what 20 years, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh my God! And when they finally did release it, it wasn't that good.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was not. I mean, it was a little creepy, but like I don't know why they banned it. I think that it just wasn't that good. So like not Disney, Nickelodeon just didn't air it. And then like they were just like, no, apparently the movie Don't Look Under the Disney Channel movie Don't Look Under the Bed was also like banned. Is that true that that's banned? I didn't look it
I
up.
don't think it was banned. I think it was just like another instance of like too many people writing in. Like you could buy it on DVD though.
Okay,
like that
but
was
is
available.
Is it on Disney Plus?
I believe so. I think they
Okay.
added it like last Halloween, something like that. Like they made a big deal about it. Like watch the movie that was so terrifying.
Oh, okay. I mean, I've seen some stills from it, and it does look pretty creepy.
I mean, I would probably watch it. I just like I'm
Like,
not going to sit down and watch it on my own. Effects,
makeup, like
Kevin, talking about movies where I sit and watch them on my own. I'd like to get back to somebody we mentioned on last week's podcast, Miss Lea Michele.
Oh, Lea Michele, yes.
Yeah, Kevin, I watched a very, very bad movie today. Would you like to know the name of it?
What is the name of it?
Legends of Oz, Dorothy's Return. This actually relates to the Wicked Witch thing.
It does. Wow.
Kevin, do you remember when this movie came out?
I think it was like 2013.
Exactly right.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was like, here's the thing.
Guessing.
This movie. No, you were totally right. I was like, because like I made very clear, I'm a big fan of anything Oz related. Like I'm absolutely obsessed with Tori on TikTok, who does the Oz vlog. I was like, I haven't seen this movie. I'll give it a shot. It has an all-star cast. I mean, Lea Michele, Bernadette Peters plays Glinda, Kelsey Grammer is the Tin Man, Martin Short is the Jester, who's like the main villain of this thing. Like, it seems like you can't go wrong, right? This was maybe the worst movie I think I've ever seen. Like, and it eclipses that like Secret of Moonacre thing I was talking about in the introduction episode. Oh my god!
Yeah, I remember that. Yes.
Oh god, Kevin, I feel like I want my time back. This was absolutely unwatchable. I've been talking for a long time. Do you
like? Sorry. How did you watch it? Did you watch it on DVD or?
Yeah, I rented it from my library and I sat down and watched it before we started.
Because I was about to say, well, you didn't say you wanted your money back, so it's like, did you pay money for it?
Oh no, I just like anytime I get movies now, I always go to my local library where you can have access to any. Having fun ain't hard unless you have a library card, whatever the Arthur said.
Well, I live in North Carolina, so my closest libraries. Anyway.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, this movie was not good. That's kind of where I'm dropping off on it.
Okay.
The music is like the worst part, I think.
And of course it's the musical. Yeah.
Anything Oz related. Oz is a very musical place. Like you're going to see, like that's why Wicked was a musical instead of a movie, you know?
That James Franco movie, Oz the Great and Powerful, that wasn't a musical.
Oh my God, you're right. And that's why it did so well at the box office, right?
Oh, yeah. But they did have a Mariah Carey song in it, so that was...
What? Where?
Well, I think it was in the credits or something. I don't know.
Oh my God.
I know that Mariah Carey did write a song for the movie. It was like, when you're almost home, I don't remember the rest of the lyrics.
Okay. You mentioning Mariah Carey made me think of another thing I had to talk about. Kevin, have you heard that Shakira, like famous Shakira, might be going to like federal prison for tax evasion?
Okay, hang on. What?
Yeah, no, like Shakira, the famous singer.
Yeah, I know who
like
Shakira
Hips Don't
is.
Lie Shakira.
Yes.
Has been accused by the Spanish government of like evading taxes. They're claiming that she spent more than half of like a calendar year in the country of Spain during, I think, between 2012 and 2014. So they say, you owe us taxes. Like you did not pay to them. Yeah, the Colombian government wants an 8-year jail sentence for Shakira. Yeah.
Wait, Colombia or Spain? Wait, I'm a little confused.
The Colombian government.
Okay, the Colombian government. Okay.
Yes. Okay. They want to put her in, like incarcerate her. And you didn't hear about this because Beyonce launched her new album.
Yeah.
So that
Beyonce's looking out for her.
It's women protecting women, right?
Women protecting women. Apparently between $12 to $14 million not paid in taxes. Yikes.
Yeah. Like, I mean, this, like, I love it when you hear news stories that don't get as much traction that are more interesting than what is getting traction. Like,
I mean, that's kind of like me when I heard about that, that iCarly audio, sorry, not iCarly, well, it is iCarly. Miranda Cosgrove audio when she was like, I actually did cuss a little.
Yes, you told,
And
because I didn't watch the whole thing. You told me the whole like
yeah,
tea on that
and
one.
it turns out in the very podcast interview where that audio came from, where she said, I actually do cuss a little, tee hee hee. Like, what's your favorite cuss word? Probably fuck.
I don't need a recap, Kevin. Just continue.
Okay, well, just so people know what I'm talking about, because you know it is kind of old at this point, but it's internet old. Anyway, so it turns out in that very interview, she brings up this story about how a man was breaking into her home and putting items in a box in her backyard, like burying items in a box, including knives and ropes. And he's been doing that for weeks. And one night when, you know, she got home from a lousy date, she decided to spend the night at her parents' house because it was raining. And she got a call at 3 a.m. saying that there's a dead man on her property. Because it turns out the man returned that night and a car drove by her house that just happened to look like hers. It wasn't hers. The man shot at the car, missed, and then lit himself on fire in her backyard.
Like,
but the part that TikTok, you know, goes crazy for is the I actually do cuss a little part. Like,
here's the thing, that one went viral because it's short form entertainment. It's like the funny parts here, it's overdone. This one's like an entire dramedy. Like, I swear, like, I mean, this is something you're gonna hear like Bailey Sarian talking about on like Mystery Murder and Makeup or whatever it is.
I know. And
like,
so like, and here's the thing. This all happened because she just on a whim, like, and here's the thing, she on a whim, here's the craziest part, she on a whim decided that very night to spend the night at her parents' house.
There's
like,
another universe where Miranda Cosgrove was murdered.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I'd say that, but I mean, okay, well, let's just say the iCarly probably would not have happened.
Good point.
Like in an alternate universe.
Oh my god. That is, like, you make an excellent point. Like, that is clearly the most interesting part of that whole interview. And it's insane that people don't know about it because the other thing eclipsed it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God. Oh, God. This is why we're friends. You always introduce me to, like, completely batshit stories that are stranger than fiction.
I mean, you do too, so.
I mean, Kevin, what are we going to do if Shakira goes to jail?
I don't know. I guess... You know,
imagine I mean,
fortunately, those hips don't lie. So, you know, maybe they'll testify. So I don't know. I'm trying to make a joke about hips don't lie and perjury.
Okay.
I don't know.
Here's the thing. You're trying. You are doing your best.
I was doing my best.
I have to give you credit for that.
Yeah.
I don't want to, but I have to. Anyway.
Yeah.
Kevin, is there anything else you'd like to talk about before we wrap this up? We're getting kind of late in the game here.
Nope. I think maybe we should wrap up. It is almost we're almost at the hour mark, so
I don't want people to get tired of us. We are, I would say, we're a little grating, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I guess we're gonna say goodnight for now. I will see you guys on social media. You can follow us on all social medias.
Connor, you mean good day?
What comes after daytime, Kevin?
Well,
tell me.
Well, it says in the morning.
What follows? It goes day, and then what comes next?
Well, after morning goes afternoon. Well, actually, after morning goes noon, and then afternoon.
Kevin, I'm gonna break your legs. Okay. Anyway,
you can follow us across legs.
I just don't want you to be able to walk anymore. I'm doing like a Annie Wilkes in Misery type thing. Kathy Bates is my favorite.
Okay, whatever. More parking spots for me. Damn. No, I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. Wait, no, cut that out.
Oh no. Okay. Yep. Pod Daddy says we're canceled. Congratulations. Thank you for a fabulous 2 episodes of Fruity Cereal. You can still follow us on social media, across all social medias at Fruity Cereal. Fruity like the food, cereal like the number. You can follow me, Connor, on TikTok at Connor K. Fitz. You can follow me on Instagram at Connor K. Fitz as well. And you can also follow me on Twitter at Connor F from LI. Kevin, take it from here.
You can follow me at It's Kevin O'Lear. That's ITSKEVINOLEAR on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And you can also follow me on YouTube at Kevo Productions.
More parking spots for me. Kevin, I am disgusted. Okay, thank you, everybody. Y'all have a good morning, and I will see y'all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We will see you next week.